When these three politicians were shockingly absorbed in this current administration, people raised questions, and I remember one person reaching out to me in this channel telling me that it is about neutralizing any available threat from the region. I'm speaking about Gideon Moi, who was a strong critic of William Ruto, was given some geothermal tender. Isaac Ruto appointed to the Judicial Service Commission, and John Lonyangapuo, who in the last general election was supporting Raila Odinga, was appointed the chairperson of the board of directors of the North Rift Valley Water Works Development Agency. It was meant to tone and try to manage and consolidate power within the Rift. But it doesn't look like he has consolidated power. And I remember analyzing that there is something that William Ruto did against Uhuru Kenyatta of wiping the young politicians that to stage the coup and spread the bitter venom in the mountain against Uhuru Kenyatta. But by then, it was a very simplistic thing because the objective is to make sure that he gets power. But that karma is here, and that seems to be coming back to haunt him. I want to show you some two video clips, and one we had seen of a gentleman who is making some very interesting skit regretting voting William Ruto, and he seems to be speaking from the slopes, from some areas of Kericho.
Mimi nikiwa ndani ya Kericho County, Kipkelion East Chepseon, ninaomba wa Kenya msamaha kwa mimi kuwalaghai kuwa mpigie William Ruto kura awe president wa nchi. Nilifikiria angebadilisha uchumi. Badala ya kubadilisha uchumi ni kupandisha kuenda juu. Wa Kenya ninaomba msamaha, na pia ninaomba Mwenyezi Mungu unisamee kwa mimi kulaghai wa Kenya.
Now, that gentleman is saying, I'm sorry for, for voting William Ruto. That is the kind of, that script, what that gentleman is doing is looks like a stage managed thing. It's something that is organized. Someone is already capturing the camera, he's putting on the UDA merchandise, the UDA shirt, and just intentional. He wants to pass out a message. And I can tell you that the smoke is coming from the Kalenjin land. The smoke of revolting against Ruto administration is coming from the Kalenjin land. We want to look at what exactly is behind that. But before that, allow me to remind you of our the Tuesday appeal for Mzee Ruben. The Mzee you're seeing here is currently diagnosed in Mukumu Hospital, suffering hemorrhoids. He is due for an operation that was supposed to be done. It's supposed to be done anytime on Tuesday, from Wednesday, and the only cost is 67,000. So they reached out to us, and we are doing just a fundraiser to raise at least 50,000 so that we can help. It is paid so that Mzee can undergo the surgery. He's 76-year-old. So he's really going through pain, and I'm standing in the gap. Whatever we'll collect tomorrow by midday, we'll be in a position to send to the family. Ladies and gentlemen, and I've pinned the number there, so you can help us to achieve the target. I think we had reached around 21,000. Yes. As I was shooting this video, this is by this evening, so we are short by 29,000. Now, however, things seems to have changed, and there was a point even yesterday when there is a lady who came, and I think the gentleman lady in Nandi, who was giving a speech, who was speaking about what Ruto is doing is not what they were expecting.
Sasa unataka kuniambia hii uchumi iko kweli mzuri? Hii uchumi iko mbovu. Tunataka uchumi ikuje chini kwa wananchi ili tuende nao pamoja. Wasituambie maneno mengine. Sasa sitaumia na sitakaa. Lazima wajue ya kwamba hata mimi niko na njaa. Na nikiwa na njaa usiniambie ati nyamaza ati kwa sababu ni mtu wenu. Hapana.
Tumechagua serikali yetu hii. Watatusaidia kivipi namna gani?
Lakini kama watapandisha mafuta ni kama wanatuumiza sisi wananchi ambao sisi wote ni wararahoi. Inekana kwamba hii serikali sana sana inaangalia wakubwa. Na tungeomba kwa sababu sisi ndio wenye nchi. Tunaomba sana watu angalia upande wa mafuta. Mimi upande wangu naangalia mafuta. Kwa sababu wakipandisha mafuta hapo ni kila kitu kitapanda juu. Lazima tuambizane ukweli. Kwa hiyo aangalie waziri aangalie mambo ya mafuta.
Uchumi imekuwa juu, masiwa sae.
Now, while just on what that lady is saying, there is just another story. If you look at this picture here, within 1 week, the price of 2 kilogram packet of sugar has shot up, has risen from 310 to 413. Kenyans are asking that question. We were not even warned of any inflation, but within 1 week, that is what has happened. Before even the budget is read. And so I can tell you that we may have to tighten our belts a little more, even after the budget. That is what is happening. And that is, I'm telling you, that the smoke is coming from that area. It is because you cannot underestimate that, because these are the people that fully supported. And if they can lead, calling for this is not what you did, then what do you expect the rest of the country? I have always said, in the Rift there is a sense of entitlement and the approach in which things are being handled, because I have been following this James Finley's exit from Kericho, and the way, for those who've been following that story by then, you will just look at the kind of approach in which is being handled. It's being handled. That exit become anafukuzwa. So that sense of entitlement is because people feel we are in power. And that's why it's a bit worrying to see despite of the sense of entitlement that we're in power, this is our power, you're still seeing people revolting. And that entitlement, I want to play for you a 30-second video from Kericho governor. And just look at how his attitude, whether his language here.
Because you have been a big problem to our people. James Finley has been a difficult business person here in town, led by their arrogant director, Mr. Hudson. Your decision today to sell your business, I welcome with both hands as the governor of Kericho. Yeah. And I want to wish you well, and I say goodbye, James Finley. Because you have never listened to our people, you have refused to listen to what we need from you on matters, machines, and mechanization. And so, James Finley, I'm happy you have gone today. I'm not regretting your exit. I'm wishing you well. You go and go like yesterday.
Now, despite of that, I played for you that clip to see, we don't care, you can go, like it's our thing. There is a bit of a combative approach and a sense of we are in it. There is nothing you can do. We have to make it our way. And I've been following especially that one of Kericho. It has been so much. But despite of that entitlement that we're in power, we are still seeing elements that rebellion is building from that place. I want to point out what's going on, what is really going wrong. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and also like our video. The Rift Valley is suffering cumulative damage on a list of factors, but one is the maize politics. One of the things that Ruto has been really been worrying William Ruto is the maize. In terms of, it started with, we are forcing you to sell to NCBA. You did not sell. We gave you even not to import duty free. They are not importing. And the whole discussion about farmers in the Rift that have been crying out and saying, we are not getting value for the money investing in that maize. And that has also seen the issue of the fertilizer targeting the region. There is something going on that the fertilizer subsidy in the maize, which was targeting the maize growing areas, especially in that area, was probably targeting William Ruto's voters, those residents. But then there is no feeling that there is something happening because we're in power. No such feeling. And if it is about the inflation, everyone is feeling it. So there is a disconnect between what Ruto administration is doing in the region, in the area, vis-a-vis what the society, rather the residents are expecting. Because people are simply not getting it. Now, there is something we need to agree here. Something like the hike in the price of fuel, it affects all the sectors. So in that region, you'll realize that mostly the businesses that are there is mostly transport, which is the motorbike, the guys in the motorbike sector, the boda sector, and transport, yes. Now, if these are affected, this is affecting people's daily activities. So there is no way, people are already getting losses. There is no way you can shield yourself, cage yourself under political party because of this. And that is, he's suffering cumulative damage. Issues of maize, issues of fertilizer, they're not really sinking and people are not feeling what exactly is going on. Now, there is one thing that is also affecting President Ruto, the double speaker. Just today, someone just shared a clip with me where the president said, I am not going to reduce the price of gas. I'm going to reduce the price of cylinder. It's just like, it's a ridiculous statement, like someone telling you, I want to reduce the price of gunia of maize, not the maize. You know, between cylinder and the gas, which one do people want to be reduced? Okay, which one is most important? Is the gas or fine? It's supplement. Is it complementary good? Eh? One complements the other. Complementary. Now, because it is the cylinder that carries the gas. But what do Kenyans want to be reduced? Is it the cylinder or the gas? Because the cylinder is around, the gas cylinder is around maybe 700 to 1,000. Is around 300, 500 there, maybe. But then the cylinder, the gas goes in the tune of 1,000 and above. So if you reduce the price of gas, you'll have an effect. So there is a bit of double speak, and Ruto's messages is reaching a plague where it's a flat, nothing new. It's just the normal, usual rhetoric. I'm also seeing leaders are a bit detached, and that is why I played for you the clip of the Kericho governor. Leaders are detached with the community, and they're not really even so much interested in selling the government agenda at the grassroots. Why? People want to ride on incumbency. We have the president, so it's about me getting the ticket, then I'll get my second term. So he doesn't have a bit of that support system. And you know, it collapsed. That's the truth. Quite a number went silent. You know, they went to public service and went silent. I also see disgruntled UDA support base. Yeah, I think there have been a lot of activities in the Western Belt. What Ruto needs to do is to bring those activities to the Rift Valley. Because again, I think even Western is not revolting. It is the Rift which is revolting. That's my take. But Kiamani hapa, this could be Uhuru's curse. When it was done the other side, it was for political expediency. But then, there is always Duniani Dwara. It's coming back.